To which have cleared, and you have this fire in North St. Louis County.
Yes, Andre, and we just found out this is now a 3-alarm fire. It is very close to 170 at Frost near Lambert Airport. It is a gas station, a mobile gas station on fire. Again, now it is to a 3-alarm. So if you drive the inner belt, be prepared to see a lot of smoke by Lambert. Speeds on 70 are slower than normal, down to 48 miles per hour. But right now, the big issue on St. Louis area roads right here, 270 northbound between Olive and Page. You can see speeds are down to 32 miles per hour because of this. A multi-car crash blocking 4 of at least 5 lanes on 270 northbound. Only good news I have to report, the 2 accidents I've been tracking on Interstate 64, both downtown and out in Lake St. Louis, have cleared, but we're still monitoring a rollover crash on 70 westbound in the Highland area. We're working to get more information on that. As soon as we do, we'll let you know right here on News 4 this morning. Stick with us. We'll be right back.
Have to be out on the roads. Make sure you are prepared. It's cold out. Have a jacket, have a hat, have some gloves. Make sure you are ready just in case something happens with your car and you have to be out in the elements like we are. Live in West St. Louis County, Lauren Posen, News 4.
All right, Lauren, thank you. And she did talk about being prepared. So News 4 wants to make sure you have everything you need to know if you have to head out and drive in this weather. Laura Hettiger, you are tracking the latest traffic conditions out there in this weather.
I am, and Lauren really hit the nail on the head. Be prepared and have a full tank of gas because I am seeing delays of over 2 hours. Interstate 70, that is by far the worst interstate in our area. This is what it looks like, 70 at Union, just a parking lot as people are trying to get out of the city of St. Louis. 14 miles per hour as people get closer to the Ferguson area, slows down to 11 closer to Lambert Airport. And there is a new crash, 70 westbound, right at the Blanchette Bridge in really the worst area. So if you do go from downtown St. Louis to Wentzville, delays of 2 hours. Things aren't looking much better on 64 westbound, delays of over 100 minutes. Very slow on 270 southbound. Things start picking up though, closer to South St. Louis County. Speeds really looking good on 270 right around Gravelly, but by far my pick interstate would be Interstate 44. This is what it looks like, 44 just west of Jamison. You see people are making a smooth commute out of the city of St. Louis, getting closer to Webster Groves and then to the Kirkwood area. We are going to continue to monitor this. Of course, be sure to download our KMOV traffic app. It is free in your phone's app store. Claire, back to you.
Very helpful information, Laura. Thank you. Ad News 270 Page, a bad accident, Laura.
Bad accident, Emily, and this is all but shut down. 270 northbound right at Page in the Creve Coeur area. You can see that traffic is pretty much at a standstill. Emergency crews trying to weave their way through traffic to get to the people involved. Speeds are going to plummet in this area. So my advice to you, if you can, avoid Page, avoid 64. Instead, if you're coming out of St. Charles County and you need to get to 270, go up here to 70. That would be your best bet. However, I just got information from our assignment desk that it sounds like there is a crash on 70 westbound near TR Hughes. There's also one right here at the Boone Bridge. So the connection between St. Charles County, St. Louis County, not a good one right now. Mark Griffin has made his way over to that big fire. Mark, we don't have time to check in with you right now. I'll see you in 10 minutes. Guys, back to you.
I had a girl in the weather center.
Well, last evening was a mess.
Oh my gosh.
It couldn't be much worse, I wouldn't think, but it's still a little dicey out there, and we've got all kinds of wrecks already.
We do, and I'm making a list of them. I am already tracking 8 since 4
Ouch.
o'clock this morning. 8 right now, having a major impact on this morning commute.
Good morning, traffic anchor Laura Hettiger here in studio, working a long day to monitor the situation for you.
And it is just a messy situation, Steve. This is what it looks like, 70 just west of the Missouri River. So this is the approach to the Blanchette Bridge. You can see there is an accident in those eastbound lanes, but the big story I am tracking is 70 westbound, guys. It is a 3.5-hour commute from downtown St. Louis to the Wentzville area on 70 westbound. There is also another accident in the St. Peters area on 70 eastbound. Speeds very slow throughout the area. In fact, delays of 100+ minutes on 64 westbound. There is an accident near Brentwood, and it does not improve as people head west. Speeds still very slow. They're looking a little better on Interstate 44 and 55, but you heard Megan say that snow low is going to hit 55 relatively soon. Things are looking good in St. Clair County, but it is a glacial pace as people make their way across the Poplar Street Bridge. Of course, be sure to download our traffic app. It is free in your phone's app store.
And now Laura is tracking a crash by the Blanchette?
No, just the approach to the Blanchette. Yeah, no crash. This is the approach to the Blanchette. This is a west zoom. So this is the traffic heading east. And I wanted to specifically start here because, guys, I was at work 12 hours ago, and this is the graphic I had up. 3.5-hour commute. Again, this is from last night. That is the good news. This is what it's looking like this morning. 15-minute delays for people who travel from the Wentzville area into the city of St. Louis. Much better than it could have been. No crashes in St. Charles County as of right now. Speeds are a lot slower than normal, but they are doing okay.
Checking with Kent and Laura. They're mapping out the morning for you.
And Kent, it has been a busy morning.
Yeah, it's hard to say whether this commute is worse than yesterday's. I find it hard to believe anything will be worse than yesterday's, but it depends on where you're sitting right now because there are some serious backups. The good news is the snow has ended across the area and conditions will improve. Traffic, that may not be the same story.
And the bad spot right now is 270 northbound right at Page. Pretty much traffic on 270 is at a standstill. We will have more information on that with our weather and traffic on the forest coverage. But first, we have to get out to Anthony Kiko, who is at MoDOT headquarters. Anthony, what's the latest there?
You've been just busy as a bunny, hopping from crash to crash to crash to crash. You have another one going from the city into the county. We'll get to you in just a bit, but a quick word on the weather. Any chance all this stuff will melt off? A little bit of it today?
A little bit of it. Yeah, the sun will help the salt get to work on some things. And if we get a break in the clouds, the sun will kind of melt a little snow on south-facing slopes. But we're not going to get above freezing, I don't think, today.
But that's what I'm nervous about, the melting and then the refreezing overnight, especially with cars, but even with people out there walking around.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but we now have 2 crashes from the city into the county. So let's go ahead and show you where they are. This one, 70 westbound at McKinley.
Our messy Laura Hettiger handling team coverage on traffic right now.
And Emily, you hit the nail on the head. It has been very messy this morning. I've been tracking over 20 incidents. Right now, there are 3 on St. Louis area roadways. Our Mugo Digwe is out in St. Charles County right now, where Mugo people last night, it took them 3.5 hours to get home. Emily, in fact, if you are coming from 55 or 44 to right here to get onto 70 in the city of St. Louis, it is at a complete standstill. This is between the Eads Bridge and the Stan Musial Veterans Memorial Bridge. We are working to learn more, but again, 44 eastbound to where it becomes 70 to go into North St. Louis County. Complete standstill right there. Very slow on all the major roadways. Still tracking a crash. 64 westbound at Kings Highway and 64 westbound close to Long Road. You see that it is down to 13 miles per hour, and 64 westbound on the Boone Bridge, which is exactly where we find our Mark Griffin and Sky Zoom 4.
Laura, 64 westbound has been a big trouble spot all morning. Let's get you right down to that accident on the bridge. You can see here, this is westbound 64 at the Boone Bridge. One car has slammed into the rail there. 2 lanes are getting by, so if you're headed into St. Charles County, you will experience a delay when you hit the Boone Bridge.
Good information, Mark. And if you are heading into Jefferson County or out of it, I just got information of another crash, 55 southbound at Route M. Kent, it has been a busy morning, and it's probably going to be a pretty busy day.
I would think so, yeah, but